10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know, I delayed this stream until today because I was hoping that this new update would come out. But once again, we are fucked because it didn't come out. What's up, Keith? What's up, dude? Happy Pittsburgh weekend. Hopefully the Steelers will do something good this weekend, man. I hope so, man. I know I'm a Ravens fan, but I also like the Steelers too. I know that's like a double negative. Like, that's not supposed to happen in life, but for many years, we didn't have a team here in Baltimore, and I would root for the Steelers. Why not? I loved them when I was growing up, man. Black and yellow, you kidding me? Then we got the Ravens. It's kind of hard to root for purple after dressing in black and yellow for so long, but it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, so I was watching Chicago stream yesterday while I was working, and I was like, you know what? I think I can do a better landing than him. You know, why not? Why can I, you know, I should be able to beat a real life pilot, right? I don't know. That's going to be tough, man. He got minus 199 on his landing yesterday. That's a tall order, dude. So we're going to see what happens. So we got Ryanair, because if we're going to botch a landing, I'd rather it be with Ryanair than any other livery. So, hey, what up, football kid? What's happening? Hey, what's up, Meaty Mike? What's happening, dude? Yeah, so I was like, you know what? If we're going to botch up a landing, float it out. That's what I plan on doing. We got to turn the autopilot off under 1,000 feet, and then we're going to see if we can, you know, do better than a real life captain. I was hoping that this update would have been out by now, but it hasn't come out yet. So the new update for this 737, well, all the 737s for Xbox from PMDG, all the different lineups. Like, this is a 738, 736, the 737, this one, and the 739. We're supposed to get a massive update yesterday. It didn't come out, but it was supposed to update the tablet and a whole bunch of other features. You know, anyways, let's get rolling. Let's see if we can do better than the captain. I haven't flown this plane in a while, but it's probably like riding a bike. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Let me make sure we have knots. Hopefully everybody's having a good start to the weekend. I'm supposed to work in a few hours, so probably gonna have to do that. Might be going to a crab feast tonight. Those are always fun to go to over at my cousin's house. They just get buckets of crabs. We just sit there and smash them out and eat as much crab meat as we can. It's actually kind of fun. All right, let's get our data. There we go. Now I tried to match this route as close as I could to what Chicago did yesterday. However, the AirX system that I have in this plane is 2 years old, so I couldn't put some of the airways in, but I should have all the same waypoints. So anyways, let's see what damage we can do today. Let's see what damage we can do, you know. Oh yeah, I gotta use my controller for this, that's right. Can't use the mouse. It won't turn that on or off. Alright, the screen should come up. Let me make sure I have the right setup here, because I stored everything yesterday to this livery here based on what kind of equipment and settings they have in real life. There's a spreadsheet that's available with these airplanes on Pmdg, where it gives you what the real life airplane would have as far as equipment. So I did not put the heads-up display in this time because according to the chart I was looking at, there is no heads-up display in this model. So, all right, what are we doing here? Your anti-collision lights. Let's go ahead and start aligning the nav. That is something that has to happen. Can't really hear anything with the airplane. I wonder if I need to turn that up a little bit. You see here. Let me see here. Man, I've been working like 60 hours a week this week. Man, it has been rough. It has been rough. All right, let's go ahead and bring this in. Oh yeah, we gotta wait for everything to kick on. Come on, airplane, let's go. Yeah, bitch, come on. Let's get the APU turned on at least. While we're sitting here. Oh, the battery turned off again. What the fuck? Oh, maybe when I reset everything, maybe that's why it turned off. But that would make sense why nothing is turning on. That would make sense. Now let's get the APU turned on. I guess when I reset the equipment, that's what happened. That makes sense. Yeah, see, it has AirAct 2204 still. April to May 2022, so that's what I used in SimBrief when I was building the route based on the waypoints that Chicago gave me yesterday. He sent them to me in Discord. Pretty sure these are the right coordinates. All right, let's wait for everything to start getting fired up here. Realign this. Let's do this again now that everything is turned on. There we go. Let's wait for that to pop up. Let me double check the on here. Let me check the coordinates. Come on. 3609 West 521. Yep, that looks right to me. All right. Football kid, man. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before, man. How you doing? How you doing? Should only take about 30 seconds for this to line up, and we can get our route pulled in here. All right, let's get the flight plan brought in. Right here. Select. Load that in. Activate. Execute. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and put in our departure. We are using runway, I believe, 27. Let me see here. Navigraph, yeah, runway 27. There is no departure. We're going to fly right to that waypoint. Let's plug in our arrival, and we are doing RACU 1P. RACU 1P. And we are going to try to do the RNAV. I gotta save it again. Let me save it on Navigraph real quick. I believe it's RNAV Z runway 5. Alright, and we got Pilum. That's correct. Alright, let's set that. Very good. Let's go to legs now. Get rid of any discontinuities or vectors if we have them. I do not see any. That is good. Alright, let's go to initialize. Let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, we have to go set up our... That's right, this is different than the 730, than the 777. That's right, we gotta go to actions. Alright, we'll just load everything up from here. So our fuel that we need for this here trip. Fuel is 12. Let's go up here and look at it exactly. Alright, so 12.0 is okay. Let's plug that in. We'll just type in 12,000. We got that. Let's go to services and type that in as well. We have 12,033. That's done. Let's go to payload, and we just have one cabin. The rich people aren't allowed on this flight. We just got one cabin for everybody. One cabin to rule them all. He poured all his hatred and malice into this one cabin. Thousands of years we were all deceived, till one day it awoke, wanted to find its master. Something happened that wasn't expected. Unexpected. What are we looking at here? Enough Lord of the Rings, Greg. Alright, let's see. Payload, cargo is 36. So... let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do, let's say... 1,600 in the front. And 2,000 in the rear. Who doesn't like a big rear? You know what I mean? Turn. Let's go now to services. Come here now. Let's set 157. It saves time doing it this way versus having everybody load in and have the trucks come and all that. Alright, 16. 62,000. Okay, now that we have all this set, we can now go in and form our request here. Yeah, this is a DEI, it's good with DEI, this airplane. Yeah. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's got one cabin. Alright, all that is good. Let's look at our fuel plan here, and we need to get our winds as well, which we will do. Our cost index for this flight is 23. Plug that in first. Let's get our wind. We have 354 by 44. Alright, and then our fuel plan is like 9.7. Let's plug that in, and hopefully that'll be okay. Very good. All right. And one limit, let's set all that up. The performance tool. Runway is going to be 27. Import from aircraft, import weather, calculate, takeoff not allowed. What bitch? Takeoff planned weight exceeds maximal allowed weight of... How is that possible? Import from aircraft, 69,000. Huh. How are we overweight? I've never seen that before. Let's adjust that a little bit. Shouldn't be that much. Yeah, maximum takeoff weight is 79.3. We're at 71.1. Load level is... I mean, if the takeoff tool doesn't work, it's no big deal. I mean, I can calculate it on SimBrief. That is very strange. Let's import from the aircraft again. Alright, let's just type in like 67,000. Very good. Let's just do that. So takeoff. Have flaps 15. What is our temperature? ATM, NA. Oh, that's great. What do we do here? Takeoff. There's our selected temperature is not available. Alright, fuck it. I'm not gonna play all day with this thing. We'll just put in 58. Takeoff. Let's go put in our runway wind. It's 270 by 13. Okay, 270 by 13. And our slope, we don't have to worry about. Well, we can look at it. Well, it's 0 anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. Just type in 0. We're almost ready to back up. We just have to finish plugging this in. We have flaps 15. This should pull in automatically. And here we go, 141, 144. Very good. We are good to go. Let's see if we can pull in our RTA data. I don't know if we can in this one. Get rid of, load this up. Shit. Forgot to turn the APU on. There we go. The APU bleed is on. Alright, that's good. This one, seat belts. All dampener. Window heat. Probes are on auto. That's good. Packs are on auto right now. Let's turn them on auto right now as well while we're waiting here. I think we can adjust the cabin altitude here. We're going up 32,000 feet today. According to our landing here, landing is almost 200 feet, so let's program that in. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and back up. Let's turn our ground power off. All right, let's get the ground power. All right, ground power is disconnected already. Let's remove the wheel shocks. And let's start backing up here. Push back. Select the tug. Okay, straight out. I don't really care which way we turn. Let's just go ahead and start.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Roger that. Ready to push. Tail to the left. Park brakes off. Brakes released. Here we go.
Anything in the center tanks? A little bit. I like how these Pmdg 737s come with a list of what they actually have equipment-wise in real life. I think that's pretty damn cool. And you can sit there and have all the gauges and everything very similar to what you would see in real life. Oh shit. Forgot about the packs up here. We may have to redo that. It looks like they're kicking on. Why are we not aligned yet? All right, we're not turning. Oh, let's just stop then. Sometimes that happens. Okay, very good. That's all done. Let's go here. Let's go to performance. Let's go here. Enter IRS position. I've been waiting to enter this in for feels like an hour already. All right, there we go. That's all done. Go to takeoff here. We got to set our. Might as well turn the other engine on now. Wait for N2 to get a little closer to 20. Very good. That's all done. Let's go back. Departure. U1019. All right, Q1019, that's done. We got 36,000, I mean 32,000 that we're going up to. Might as well set it now. Put our flight director on. And Giga Chad, I always put him on plan. He's not very useful. So we make it look like he's doing something. That way he feels important. You know, I don't want to crush his spirit, so you know, we kind of just leave him alone and just, you know, make it look like he's doing something. Makes him happy. Flaps 15. I know that's a little bit different. Usually it's flaps 10. 143 and 145. So let's program in 145 up here. All right, we are good, dude. Let's go ahead and taxi out. Got our flap set. Yeah, man, we look good. Go. Oh yeah, we gotta do a couple things up here first. Shit. Been a minute since I've flown this kind. Been a minute since I've flown the 737. I forgot that. We can turn that off. Now we can put these on here. These on. Runway 27 is right there. All right, very good. I like this airport, man. Everything's nice and close. Let's put our transponder on. Very good. All right, let's fucking go. Turn the VORs off. Don't need those. Where we're going, we don't need those. All right, very good. Let's go. Don't forget to push the clock. Ever important clock in our DEI inclusive Ryanair plane that we're gonna, you know, if we're gonna have a bad landing, I'm gonna want it in this plane. I don't want to mess up a United airplane or a KLM or Aero Italia, but Ryanair, oh, I'll fuck some Ryanair up. Gotta work after this for about 4 hours. See how many old folks I can talk to in that 4-hour period. get their Medicare situated for the upcoming year. I like my job. I do. But it does get a little tiring talking to old people all day. Like, imagine talking to your grandmother or your grandfather like 11 hours a day. I'm excited, man. I've been looking forward to flying this plane again. It's been a minute since I've flown this Pmdg. I do have damage turned on and all that shit turned on. We do have failures turned on as well for the airplane. There's no set limit, so we could have a lot or none. Let's park here for a minute. LNAV and VNAV on. LNAV doesn't want to cooperate yet. That's okay. That's okay. Let's arm the auto throttle. And I think everything else is good, dude. Can't really think of anything else that we need to do before takeoff. Except, let's just go. We got to push the clock. Let's go ahead and make sure the parking brake is off. Oh, you know what? We didn't adjust the trim. Hang on. What did it say there? 4.74. It's pretty damn close. That's better. That's closer. Alright, park and brake off. Push the clock. That way Chicago will be happy. It's all about keeping Chicago happy. So. Kidding. Alright, let's go Toga.
Airspeed alive. 80 knots. Be warm.
One stage of flaps up. You know, I never did turn on any of the landing lights or strobe lights or anything. I mean, hopefully we'll be okay. If I have to restart, I will. Am I disqualified from the contest because I didn't do that? I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to arm the autopilot and we can go back and just chill. All right, autopilot's on. I like when we can go in the back and chill out. Yeah, man. Looks good to me. Right, let's grab a couple of seats back here. Like this. Let's go ahead and move some flaps up. Let me save this seat as well. Control Alt #1. We can put the rest of our flaps up. We are all all set there. Let me go ahead and save another seat. I don't know what the transition altitude is here. I have to look at the chart. Yeah, this DEI airplane's doing pretty good so far. I guess we should turn the rest of the lights on. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a simulator. Yeah, I love the Gibraltar airport. I love flying in and out of that place. That place is a very scenic place to fly. Yay, windmills! One of the biggest scams in Earth's history are windmills. Jesus. They got scammed down here in Portugal, or Spain, wherever I'm looking at right now. Let me see if I can pull up some sort of chart here and are there any departures? There's no departures. All right, let's look at arrivals. We have runway 5. We're doing RNAV Z. Let's see if they have a transition altitude here. They have it at 5,000. Well, let's just set standard pressure now then. We can turn this off and lock our landing gear. Probably should have did that in the beginning, but that's all right. If it ever turned off the APU, man, Chicago's gonna be real mad. Uh-oh, my mouse isn't working. There's no Google. Oh, there we go. There's some weird things that go on sometimes with this simulator. Alright, I think everything is okay now. Oh, I thought we turned the yaw dampener on. What the fuck? Weird. I could have swore we turned that on. Didn't we, like, click that switch? Man, I am, like, failing all over the place, man. Hopefully the landing will make up for some of these some of these errors that we've been having. Once we get up to cruising altitude, I'll increase the speed of the sim. We can get to our destination a little bit quicker. I've had some good landings with Ryanair. We'll see about today. Minus 199 or better is going to be, that's a tall order, especially when you're not like a real pilot. I think we'll be okay though. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I've always thought about flying out to Madeira. I just never really, like, there and the Canary Islands, I've always thought about flying out to. I just never, I've flown from island to island in that little area, but I've never flown from, like, the mainland out to one of these spots. Now, this should be here. That's where we left. This should be like near Casablanca. Hey, what up, dude? Yeah, it's great. You know, I said in the beginning, I don't know if you saw it or not, but I said in the beginning that if I'm gonna mess up a flight, let me turn the volume down of the airplane a little bit. If I'm gonna mess up an airplane and mess up a landing, I want it to be with Ryanair. So that's why we're flying Ryanair today. If I'm gonna mess up a landing, it's gonna be with Ryanair. I couldn't get the airways in the same as your route. It's the same waypoints, but I couldn't get the airways in because this runs on a air rack that's 2 years old. I put off the stream until today because I was hoping that this would have had an update by now. There's a huge update that is out for this airplane where it brings in all the tablet features from the 777, where you can update the air rack, and it's got some other goodies in there, but it didn't happen. That's why I was putting it off until today. That's why I didn't stream last night. It never came out. So I'm still running on an air rack from 2 years ago. But yeah, man, this is a cool flight. I've been looking to fly out to these islands from the mainland for a while now. Yes, I'm glad to be flying again too, man. It's been a, you know, it's been a very, very busy. My work week is very busy until like the middle of December. I don't have a day off until November 3rd, I think, maybe. Good thing my job's relatively easy. Like physically, like I don't really have to go anywhere. I can just sit here and just talk on the phone. I do stand up a lot while I'm working. I have a stand-up desk that I use for work. Yep, good old Medicare. Yeah, it's all right though. But if I do a good enough job between now, or from the middle of October until December 7th, then I have the rest of the year off paid. Oh yeah, I imagine so with holiday season coming up, sure. Yeah, you're gonna be pulling a lot of hours soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if I can get the rest of the year off. December 8th until like January 2nd. That would be awesome. All paid. Yes, sir. I might ghost out for a while. You might be seeing me stream from Cabo San Lucas in real life. Not Cabo San Lucas in fake life. Cabo San Lucas, real life. All right, and we are doing, what is our landing today? Yeah, Cabo San Lucas is probably my favorite overall destination that I've been to. Still never been to Tahiti. Bora Bora is still the ultimate. That's still the goal, is to be able to get a one-way ticket there one day and just be there and retire there and become part of the scenery. Just probably sit on the beach and just, as an old man, just die in a chair by the beach. That would be awesome. Dying's not awesome, but sitting there in the chair on the beach in Bora Bora would be awesome. See if I can meet some sort of rich widower. Or not widower. Not into guys. A rich widow. That would be awesome. We do have some ways to go. Yeah, it's a shame that this air rack can't be updated. Running on 2204 is tough. It's tough to build routes and to be able to have them transferred into the flight management computer here when it's near impossible to build the route. You know, with airways nowadays, and a lot of departures and arrivals are not same name. Very close, usually off by a digit or a letter, but once we get up to the top, we'll go ahead and increase the speed. I like the colors of Ryanair. I don't know why. I don't know why Ryanair gets such a shit reputation. I mean, are they really that bad of an airline? I don't really know much about them. I've never flown on Ryanair. The only times I've been to Europe, I've flown on British Airways and Lufthansa. And Virgin. Yeah, never Ryanair. Anytime I've flown from one country or another, it's always been through Lufthansa. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I thought, man. It's like, you really don't hear bad shit about Ryanair in the news about them crashing and having problems. Sorry to hear that, dude. Work's been crushing you too. Damn. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, hopefully work crushing you equals your bank account having the opposite of being crushed. Maybe all that work you're putting in at work, hopefully that's transferring into dollars for your bank account. You'll be happy to know I did push the clock button before we left. I made sure I did that. We did push it in. Yeah, I thought Jake was going to join today, but then he sent a message a little bit ago saying his brother was using the computer so he couldn't join. I'm still not really sure how to have that happen though. Like, I don't mind people joining. I'm all, you know, great. I just don't know how it's going to work, especially when I'm on Xbox and he's on PC. And I mean, we could certainly link up, but as far as like being on the same stream together at the same time, I mean, that we'd have to do a little behind the scenes work and get that set up. That's not something you can just do on the fly nowadays. You have to, well, even before days you couldn't do it. Still have to have them tied into either Streamlabs or whatever you're streaming through, and then be able to pull their camera up and put it on this stream here. So I mean, there's a fair amount of behind the scenes work that needs to be done for that. I'm all for it though. Hopefully with the new simulator, I know they may not have it, but it'd be nice if they allowed us to be in the same cockpit together. That would be great. That would be awesome, having like a few of us in like the Antonov or a DC-6 or something like that. You know, one person as the engineer, one as a navigator, one as the Giga Chad, sitting in these nice furry seats, nice Boeing fur. Now we're almost at our cruising altitude. I just left it at 32,000 feet. That's what SimBrief calculated. We'll just leave it there. Oh yeah, the Concorde too, that's right. Yeah, the Concorde would be really fun, man. That would be fun to have a few people in that plane. That plane's a lot of work for one person to do. It's possible, thankfully for the pause button that pauses the actual flight. That gives you a chance to go around and operate the controls you need to. That would be great, Keith. The recta gulpa, that'll cut out a lot of time. Okay, maybe we'll do that. Yes. And with the Concorde, you have to balance the center of gravity. You know, when you start going from 24,000 feet up to the cruising altitude, you have to move the center of gravity back to 58%, I believe it is. You have to do that by moving the fuel. Yeah, that would cut out a lot of time. I'll leave it. Oh, they got 36,000 feet in here. I wonder why they have 36,000 feet. All right, well, let's go up to 36,000 feet then. They're saying 36.7. Let's do that. There we go. We can engage the 8X right now. Let's do that. Gotcha. All right, so we'll do 36,000 then. That makes sense. Need to have that buffer in between altitudes for airplanes. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. All right, so we're pretty much set until we get ready to try this landing. Got all kinds of pressure on me today, man. Good thing I got a good night's sleep. I did not get a good breakfast though. That I did not do. I'm hungry, but I've been doing this fasting deal where I stop eating at like 8 o'clock at night, and then I don't eat again until like noon the next day or 1 o'clock, something like that. I like it. I don't usually get too hungry in the morning. I do love breakfast food. I love all kinds of food. I mean, that's not a problem. Hey, I like all kinds of food. Usually the spicier the better. I love me some spicy food. Let me see what else we got for music instead of industrial cyberpunk. I like the other industrial channel they had here. Maybe this is it. Here, another white bat audio. I keep getting not a strike, but like a warning that my videos, you know, are using. It's not. I don't know why they sent it to me. It doesn't say that it's copywritten. It says everything is fine for like monetization, but I always get these messages. I think it has to do with the music I'm using in the countdown. I really think that. This is on every video. Every video that I have that intro. Alright, very good. We're all set. We're at 8X. The Pmdg does things good here. I like this. I like being able just to go right through the seats and not get stuck. Like some airplanes, when you're traveling through the cabin, you get stuck, or you can't get to the window. Forget that one plane that we were in where we couldn't get to the window. Like, what the hell? I want a window seat. These window seats kind of suck over here. Hopefully this will be fixed with either an update or when 2024 comes out. Using these camera angles, these fixed camera positions, I've talked about it before. You know, when you're climbing or descending, it takes you out of that mode and it just levels you off. It's so strange. And it didn't do it for the longest time. It only started doing it like maybe after SU14, maybe SU15 update. I don't know. Weird. Weird that like sitting back here would trigger that. I kind of understand what the logic may be behind it. You know, where maybe for safety reasons, if you're leaving the cockpit, instead of you continually climbing, it's just going to level you off for safety. If that's the case, that's okay. Maybe like communicate that to us. Maybe like that in one of the lines of the update to let us know that. And that's crazy about that Boeing satellite. I think it was a satellite. I put it up in Discord the other day. That Boeing satellite that exploded in space, and now there's like tons of space debris floating everywhere that could damage satellites and spaceships. Poor Boeing. What happened to Boeing? Like, that used to be like the Apple of America. You know, Boeing Airlines, you know, like making airplanes for the world. And now, like, they're just screwing everything up. I don't know if it's because of DEI or maybe they're getting, you know, faulty components. Maybe the materials they're getting in, you know, to build the airplanes, the aluminum and the steel and the carbon and all that, maybe it's not the same quality it used to be. I would love to find out why they're having so many issues like recently, because for years they were solid. Like, not many issues at all, not more than really anything else. But lately, man, like the last few years, Ryanair. Ryan was my favorite character on Oz, Ryan O'Reilly. I might watch that series again. Oz, I really like that series. I haven't seen it in a few years. Every few years I'll watch the whole series again. I'll like binge watch it. Like all, was it 6, 8 seasons? Something like that. Dude, I started playing a new game this week. It is so much fun. It's called Electrician Simulator. Don't sleep on this shit. That game is a lot of fun. And so is Inscription. It's a card game where you're playing cards against this demon, but all the cards are like different animals, and they have different powers and protections. And yeah, I mean, it's a really cool game. Inscription is a lot of fun. Very difficult to beat. I've only been able to get halfway through the game, but and then when you die, you can die twice. You die the second time, you get to start over all over again. But every time you die, you can build a death card, as they call it, and then that'll go in your hand, and that death card is usually pretty strong. It's got some good moves to it, some good spells with it. It's a fun game, Inscription. I don't know if it's on PlayStation or not. I know it's on Xbox. We have, that's it, 254 miles till top of descent. I really thought it was a much longer trip. I know it said about 2 hours when I was building it, but all right, descent. Do we have our forecast in here already? Load that. That's old data. Let's request it again. We do have it in already for our flight plan. We did take care of that before we moved to the runway. And we do have that data in here. I don't know why it's not showing for those legs. It should all be in there. I did request it. We'll request it again. Okay, yeah, so it just does it on those two spots there. All right, no big deal. Let's take a look at our landing. Oh, you know, we're getting ready to turn, actually. Let's sit over here and just see if we get a little bit of wing flex or anything popping up a little bit off the wing while we're turning. Let's see if any of the little flaps and gizmos and shit, let's see if any of those pop up while we're turning. We should slow down right before the turn. You sent me a new... Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. You sent me a new playlist? Morning... Oh, man, I love me some eggs in the morning. Yeah, I think they only started caring about profit, too. That's probably very, very accurate. Let me see if I can get this playlist here. Last time you sent me a playlist, I think it gave me a strike for monetization. It wouldn't allow the video to be monetized, which is no big deal because these videos aren't monetized anyways, but they will be one day. One day, 10 years from now, when we're able to have monetization. All right, let me pull up Discord here. It's close to 9:30, dude. History is upon us. All right, let me pull up my messages here. Let's get the playlist. Coffee shop Seaside. Yeah, let's do it. Let me turn off current music. There we go. Open this in YouTube. Yeah. This is that Chicago music. Time's at 10:30. I gotta work at 1. I think it's 1 o'clock. Let me look at my schedule. I think it's 1 o'clock. I gotta be up today. 1 to 5, I think. Let me files. Downloads. See your downloads. Yep. 1 to 5. But it's overtime. So I get time and a half. I love me some overtime, man. That's delicious. Delicious overtime. That's disappointing. Nothing flapping around on the wing. There's got to be something that would flap up or down when you're turning. You know, at least my voice doesn't crack when I'm on the phone with customers. At least I don't think so. That's probably a pretty accurate landing prediction. Yeah, I doubt I'm gonna get sub 199. But I'd like to be in the ballpark at least. I'll buy that for $1. I'll buy that for $1. Runway 5. $162, are you freaking kidding me? What? I don't know how this is possible. You know, I plugged in all the weight right from here. Put in 3,600 kilograms. And 12 kilograms of fuel. I don't... It's weird. Whatever it is, it doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference what that says. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what, I can build this on SimBrief real quick. Let me go to SimBrief and do that calculation. I'm pretty sure I changed everything to kilograms in here. You know, in the metric system. I don't think I have any imperial. It's weird that it would do that. It did that for takeoff too. Good thing we have this little tool here on SimBrief as a backup. But that's the only time in the hundreds of flights I've done in this airplane that I've ever had that where with the tablet it wouldn't allow me to calculate a takeoff or landing. Oh shit. We're pretty close to descending. Let's do 19.5, activate VNAV. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, that's right. Calculate. So it's giving me an estimate of about 154. Auto brakes 3. Flaps 30. Got the QNH, wind. I mean, this thing from SimBrief, I'm so glad that they put this tool out here. If you haven't used it yet, y'all are sleeping on this. They have a tool that will calculate, you know, roughly what your landing performance is. You should be. It gives you all the data with it. The runway, the length, elevation, your weights, outputs like the landing distance, the factored landing distance, margin, what your auto brakes need to be. You can do it for takeoff and landings, and you can customize like your flap setting, your landing weight, if the reversers are good, what the pressure is. Like you can really do a lot of good stuff with this thing. This is pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, you know, calculations are for pussies. I got it. Where we're going, we don't need calculations. Calculations? Air for pussies. I don't know much about this chain of islands here. I imagine it's very beautiful to be at. You know, being this far away from mainland, pretty close to the equator. Make sure they got the right info in here according to this chart. So MA, so film we need to be over 3. Yep, that's good. Me too, dude. Me too. Look, let me borrow your calculator. Hand it over. He just takes it and just chucks it out the window. Told you about calculations. Don't make me tell you again. All right, then we need to get down to 2,000. Yep, looks good to me. Yeah, that's concerning with the weight. Like, it shouldn't be like that. Oh well. Yeah, let me look. Do they have a... I don't know if they do or not. Let me look. See if they have a VOR station there. Do a little cheating on the landing. Little cheating. Little cheating never hurt anybody. For STO. Oh, they do. Interesting. 12.2. Well, we might just have to plug that in. No, actually, that probably won't work. I was thinking if they would do like a glide path down. And I can turn it off at 1,000 feet and just glide on in and get... I don't know. Minus 13,000. Well, let's aim for... Let's try to get the highest one we can get. Here is one of the airways right here we were supposed to take. I remember canceling this out of the flight plan because it wasn't going to show up in the air rack. At least it looks familiar. That probably is it. All right, so I'm not going to worry about that VOR station. Lock our... There's Gulpa. Should start descending here pretty soon. No. That's a deal. That's a deal. Let's say each digit under 199 is $1,000. while we're doing make believe. Nah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Dude, you just got a raise. Come on, man. You're okay. We're friends. No, Pmdg didn't get the update yet. I'm sorry, Xbox did not get it yet. That's why I put off last night's stream. I was hoping that it would have been out by then. You know, I was hoping it would have come out overnight or first thing this morning, maybe. I checked a few times last night. Didn't come out. Maybe it'll come out later today. I thought about deleting the airplane altogether and then downloading it again. But then I went to, instead of doing that, I looked at the version history that was in the marketplace and it wasn't showing the new one. So I figured if I did that, it wouldn't have helped to re-download it. There we go. We're starting to descend. Because I think we're gonna only do something here. Still thinks we're going to be there at 19.5. Okay. I don't know if the system in real life does that, but in here you can delete or clear out the altitude and it'll put in there what it believes you're going to be at based on, you know, all the math. After 502. Well, yeah, it's because we're landing. Alright, let's get some landing music on. No more slow jazz. Get on that station I had on a couple minutes ago. There we go. All right, we are ever ever so closely getting to the point of the show where shit's gonna get real. Not only is it a very difficult landing, we gotta try to best an IRL first officer who's had years and years and hours, thousands of hours of training and flying time. We're gonna see if we can get a lower landing rate than him, see if our ones and zeros in the matrix add up to a lower total than he got. We'll see. I know what I think I know what's gonna happen already, but I don't want to jinx it. I think, never mind, I'm not even gonna say it. You might know what I'm thinking. I got something, all right. Yeah, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Pmdg does make some really good stuff though. It's always consistent. I've only had one time in this airplane where the screens went out. And I think that might have been back when I had the Series S. I don't think it's happened since I've had the X. Vertically, we're doing okay. Looks like we'll hit our mark. Altitude at the next waypoint. See if that message pops back up again. Now we do not have the heads-up display in here. I decided not to put it in because the flowchart I was looking at, the spreadsheet from Pmdg, which highlighted all the equipment that would have been on this livery, it didn't have a heads-up display, so I did not include it. I usually include it even if the airplane doesn't have it, just because it's really fun to use and it's cool. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What it'll do, it'll help our pilots land better. Why can't we just get better pilots? Let's get the pilots that don't need a heads-up display for landing. It is awesome. I agree. I like using it a lot. I can still put it in the airplane. I can put it in right now. But I'll try to keep it as real as possible to a real Ryanair. But you know what? Fuck Ryanair. Let me go put it in. Because it is fun to have. Why should my fun be diminished because Ryanair is so cheap? Pretty sure I can still put it in. That's what I say. Work smarter, not harder. That's right. No, it's not in this section. It's in aircraft and equipment. One of the last pages. Yeah, see all 17 pages here of this equipment. Everything for equipment and displays, Pmdg has up on their website in a spreadsheet for the whole 737 lineup. 736, 7, the 8, and the 9. And it has it done by liveries and the company. And it'll tell you the equipment that would have been in it, what their displays were set up to be. So with all these, I match everything down the line, except for the heads-up display. Usually I just leave it in. We have fail pass here, which kills me because that means we can't do a flare and all that for landing. We can't do a Cat 3 landing now, which we wouldn't be doing. We wouldn't cheat. We wouldn't cheat to get that landing today. We wouldn't do it. I'm kidding. We're not gonna we're not gonna cheat. We'll keep it legit. All right, what am I looking for here? It's up display right here. Go ahead and I know, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. This is fun. I don't want to do anything to lessen the fun. All right, so we got our heads-up display. Let's go ahead and get that set up for landing. Put that in mode. And let's get our runway informations. We have an elevation of 167. All right, runway 167. Enter, and what's the links? 9127. All right, 9127. All right, now our heads-up display should be set up so the reticle will drop right down in the sweet spot of the touchdown zone. And we got it set up to have less clutter around the edges. It looks much different than it does when you're taking off, when it's on that standard setting. We're very close, man. You can get another cup of coffee, man. Go ahead, do your thing. I do see there's 6 people currently, which is great. I'm welcome to anybody who wants to watch, but damn it, touch your phone or touch your screen and hit that thumbs up. I give you permission to touch your phone. It's okay. This is a DEI welcome welcome area, so all types of phones are welcome. We had DEI training my second day at work. I've never been through that before. That was very interesting. I listened very intently. I wanted to hear what they had to say. Yeah. What happened to just hiring people because they can? Thank you for whoever hit the like. I appreciate that. Whatever happened to hiring people based on their ability? Like, I shouldn't have to hire you because you're something. Because you're a this or a that, or a who or a what. Or a Jim or a, a shim, whatever their pronouns are. The rainbow pronouns. Crazy world we live in nowadays, that's for sure. Are we really at 14,000 feet? Oh yeah, we sure are. Got our landing lights on. You're probably true. And all the ouchies they were made to get, which have very, very negative side effects if you're not one of the lucky ones. right, what is the pressure? We'll just switch it now anyways. Port weather. UNH is 1027. I don't think that's right. Let me look at the... Damn, it sure is. Okay. I won't second guess you again. I won't second guess you again. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, there's no big deal. We can just set it now. I bet you it's gorgeous out here. I've never been out here before. Like I said earlier, I've flown small airplanes from island to island before, that kind of thing. You know, not even programming anything, just jumping in and just like sightseeing helicopters and small airplanes. But in real life, I've never been anywhere close to this. I bet you it's gorgeous in real life. Like, how awesome would it be to live? I don't know what you would think. I think it would be awesome to live on an island like that, far away from tons of people, far away from all the bullshit. You know, you might have laws and shit and rules and shit made up from the mainland, but you're so far away. You know what I mean? It might not have such a big impact here. Like, I would like to imagine living on an island like this would be very peaceful for everybody, that it's such a small place that everybody kind of gets along and they know each other. I wonder if you have to be born into this island, or if they would like won't allow you to move there because you were born somewhere else. Wonder if that's a thing. It's like half the island's a fucking airport. Look at that. Well, we know where most of the people on this island work. If you're not a farmer on the island, you're probably working at the airport or one of the businesses around the airport. That's crazy, the whole island. That's probably a pretty landing, though. We'll have to try that one day. I don't think I've landed at that airport before. Yep, we are coming to a close here. We're gonna be on the ground very shortly, and then we're gonna go about our business for today, or the night, or whatever it is where you're at. I might be back on tonight. I might be. I don't know yet. Depends if I go to my cousin's house or not. Go to that big old crab feast. Thinking about going. It's just like it's an hour to get there. And after working, then I gotta work tomorrow. Oh yeah, what is my work schedule tomorrow? Shit. I don't have any days off until no shave November. No something November. Be back. Oh, I gotta work from 11 to 3 tomorrow. No. Work 8 to 4. Oh, that's such a long day. Wow. No, 10 to 4. 10 to 4. Okay, that's not too bad. At least I can sleep in. The worst part about my schedule right now is that I have to wake up at like 6 in the morning because of my kids' school. They are almost done. Like, I think 1 more year, maybe 2 more years. Because if I didn't have to wake them up to get them up, I could sleep till like 8 o'clock each morning. Means I could stream pretty much every night if I wanted to, or stay up until, you know. Well, first of all, I'm an adult. I can stay up to whatever damn time I want to. But for me to be functional the next day, I need a good like 7-8 hours of sleep. And it usually takes me about a half an hour to fall asleep after being all wired and shit from the day and all that. It takes a good half an hour sometimes. I just put on my favorite Taylor Swift song, and I just go right out. Almost, Mr. Bobby. By the way, I'm kidding about the Taylor Swift thing. I don't really know any of her songs. I know who she is. She all over the damn news, and all over the Googles. All right, we're doing good. I like this display. I don't think it'll do it on the pilot side. Right. Well, that's exactly, yes. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep. Wow, we are way off on altitude. Right. Some are, but there's a lot of celebs that are supporting Trump now too. Plus, I think he was supposed to be on Joe Rogan. There's no way Kamala is going to win that election legit. They'll probably do, or they'll probably try to do the same thing they did to get Biden in there. Because Biden didn't win that shit either, man. There was no way he got more votes than Trump. I will go to my grave and never agree to that. Well, it's not just that. They have ballots coming in illegally too. They have illegal aliens voting. They're getting in all these overseas ballots from supposed Americans that live abroad and military, but they need to be able to prove that they have an address in the States. Well, they're letting it happen from other countries, sending them in. Like, it's bad, dude. I have to find that story. I don't know enough about it to really talk about it, but they're they're messing around with the overseas mail-in ballots too, like they did with Biden. We won't have an America 4 years from now if we have Kamala at the head of the table. She is the farthest left, most communistic person that we have in Congress, the White House, DC. Yeah, it is not good. Be an extension of Venezuela. Yeah, absolutely. We need to slow down. I know they did. I know they did, Keith. I know. But the evidence is incontrovertible. I mean, that's going to be something that people are going to argue about for years and years and years, and I'm okay with that. You know, maybe the evidence that's out there is all fake, but we need to continue slow down. We are going way too fast. Gotta stop watching the chat. I gotta stop watching the chat so I can fly this damn airplane. I was going to vote for RFK too. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not saying Trump's a nice guy, but the world and America were much safer and prosperous when he was at the head of the table. I'm not saying he's a nice guy or he's a good guy, but he gets the job done.
Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain.
I still have the flaps down too? Yeah, I still have the flaps down.
Terrain,
Jesus.
terrain. Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up.
All right, here we go.
Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Well, I've never done this landing before. This is interesting. I hope I even get on the runway. We are going way too fast, though. We probably should do a go around, but we're not going to. We didn't say anything about stopping on the runway. We just talked about... Oh, should I do a go around?
10.
Oh! Damn! Damn! Shit! So close. Oh, that was cool though. That was cool. That was cool. Man, we were almost there. But I don't know. Maybe it was lower, maybe it was higher. It's a different calculator than what, you know, Chicago uses, but either way, that was a fun challenge. I'm glad the king is still the king, and I'm glad I'm still riding his coattails. All right. Let me save this. That was kind of cool. Thank you, Ryanair, for giving me a soft landing. That was cool. Yep. Almost. So Chicago still holds the title. And that's about it, my friends. It was so close. That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta do a couple things before I need to start work, but there's a very good chance I'll be back tonight around normal time. I don't know if we'll be flying or what we'll be doing, but I know Meaty Mike. I got you, dude. All right, see y'all later. Please hit the like button and subscribe before you leave it, and I will see y'all hopefully later tonight. If not, it'll definitely be tomorrow, but it'll more than likely be tonight. See ya!